the gladiator mentality, and people look at us like, okay, really? Or, yeah, really.
All right, let's do this. Diamond Envy Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler McComas. Diamond Envy, as always, brought to you by Cavens Group. Check them out, cavensgroup.com. I'm going to do it again, just in case you watched the YouTube stream or you caught the latest episode of the Diamond Envy Podcast on Thursday. Here it is again. And clap it up, because that was one heck of a performance once again from OU softball. Hey, I've said it multiple times. I said it multiple times throughout the regular season. We would know. We know what it looks like. We would know. We would feel it. We would see it, all of it, when this team really turns it on and starts playing their best softball. Guys, I understand it was against KU. I understand it was against BYU. But it really feels like this team is finally trending towards playing its best softball, because that's the way that it's supposed to look like it. And the offense has really led the way the past 2 days in this tournament. And I think it's had a filter down effect to the rest of the team that we'll talk about. But that's it, guys. Like, what we've seen the past 2 days, that's the expectations. That's the potential of this softball team. And I'm not sitting here after 2 games saying, well, yeah, that's the case because they've hit 6 home runs in 2 days. I'm not coming to you tonight on a Friday night saying, oh, you hit 4 home runs against BYU. That's the power that this team has. That's the way that this team's going to win the national championship. Because I don't think that's the case. Manufacturing runs, big hits with runners in scoring position, moving runners over, great base running. That's how this team is going to win a national championship. And that's how this team has really gotten hot over the course of the past couple of days offensively. I love the way this team is performing on the offensive side right now, performing at the plate. There is a ton of hard hit balls. Yes, they're getting some balls out of the park, but only 2 in the past 2 games. Just 2 in the past 2 games. Now, Ella Parker hit a mammoth bomb today in the bottom of the first inning that got things started off, but I don't want to get too carried away, because they're still going to have to win a game on Saturday to win the Big 12. There's a long way to go here, but I've been waiting on it. I've been looking for it. I've been waiting on it, just like you guys have. And when I feel like it's on the verge of this team being who we thought they were, I got to call it out, and I got to say it. And maybe I end up being wrong about this, and maybe they revert back to struggling offensively. Maybe that happens, but guys, it seems to me that the postseason got here and this team kind of ramped it up and said, let's go. And maybe it was even the Sunday game against Oklahoma State that got them going. That could be the case as well. But since that Sunday game against OSU, it's looked like a different softball team. It's looked like the team that we've been waiting to see. And apparently they had very competitive practice. There was a lot of competition. Yari Jennings said that. Patty said there was kind of a different feel. But you're hearing things from the head coach right now that's saying there's a different feel. And if I've said it once on here, I've said it 1,000 times. Patty Gasso doesn't coach speak. Patty Gasso was the first person to say this year, my team's not good to win a national championship. So you don't have to ever worry about Patty sugarcoating a situation. She's going to go ahead and tell it like it is. And that's good or bad. When it's bad, Patty's called it out, talked about how disappointed she is. Like we remember the rant that she got on in the post-game show at Wichita State a few weeks ago. Patty hasn't always been pleased with this team's overall performance. Sounds like she is right now. And it's easy to see why when they're performing like they are offensively. And just like look up and down the lineup today. You had Ella Parker, who had a massive home run in this game, right? And she's incredibly hot right now. But then it's Cassidy Pickering, another young player in the bottom of the first inning. It's Kinsey Hansen singling in the bottom of the third. There's Cassidy Pickering again in the bottom of the third, getting hot as well. Then it's Ella Parker. Then it's Alyssa Brito. Then it's Kinsey Hansen. Then it's Hannah Core. Then it's Avery Hodge. There's Jada Coleman reaching on an air. There's Ella Parker again. Like, you kind of get the point. Up and down the order, this team is really, really producing. It's not just the middle of the order. It's not just the top of the order. It is everyone through is doing their job. And no one is overly concerned with hitting the big 3-run home run. Everyone right now is just doing their job. Kinsey Hansen comes up, just hit a single to continue the inning and keep the scoring going. Alyssa Brito, we've seen her hit towering shots before, but it's a hard hit ball that scores a couple of runs. This team right now has the right mindset at the plate, and that's why it looks so good. And that's why they're winning games like they are right now, 13-2 against BYU. And hey, as much as I say, well, it's against KU, well, it's against BYU, we'll see if BYU is even a tournament team. But we remember what it looked like a few weeks ago when BYU came to Norman. They took it to OU. They took it to OU. We know that that's a good team. We know that that's a team that can really, really hit. And OU just absolutely took it to them. And for the second consecutive day, and maybe more than anything, here's what I like. I'd say top two things that I really like that have happened over the course of the past 2 days, because I love just the production and the number of ways that they're scoring right now. Like it's just been is almost like it's a bunch of singles today, bunch of hard balls throughout the day. I like that, but I like that yesterday after the first inning, it was over. And even though the score was only 3-0 at the end of the first today, it kind of felt like it was over. Not that 3 runs is some deficit that no team can, come from behind and win the game, but just off of yesterday, and this team comes out today and immediately jumps on BYU. I love to see that. I love to see them carrying over the momentum from yesterday and really get off to a nice start and get to that 3-0 lead. That's perfect. And at least to me, it felt like it was over after the first inning, because I knew that OU was really going to tack on some serious runs after that first inning was over. And they did. They tacked on 10 more runs after that first inning, including an 8-run fourth. And there's something to talk about as well. It's 5-0 going into the top of the fourth inning. So maybe you're starting to think to yourself, okay, we could be approaching run rule territory here. And they just deliver the haymaker. They just go ahead and deliver the knockout blow. Let's just go ahead and score 4 runs in the top of the the bottom of the 8th inning and put this game away. That's it. That's why I don't think that I'm getting out over my skis really excited and really happy about our performance over a couple of teams that aren't ranked in the top 10, top 15, or top 25, because we know what it's supposed to look like. We know what this team is capable of. We've seen them do it so many times previously. Once it happens, it's almost like, aha, there it is. That's the team that I've been hoping for. That's the team I've been expecting. And that's what's happened over the past couple of days. And maybe I need to stop saying past couple of days, because it happened against Oklahoma State as well. But they're starting to string together consecutive performances. They're putting innings together back to back to back where they're playing very well. And yeah, the story of the day today is the 13 runs that they put up. But I'll tell you this, Kirsten Deal had one heck of an outing. She had one heck of an outing, gives up 2 runs in the top of the 5th inning. But other than that, she was fantastic. There are a lot of zeros in the hit column until late in that game. And I got to think the offense helps that. Did Kirsten Deal throw some games this year, some terrific games where, she didn't have a whole lot of run support? Well, the answer to that, of course, is yes. Absolutely, it was yes. But I think the offense really kind of settles down the pitching and helps everyone get in a rhythm. You know what I mean? Like, again, Kirsten's been great in situations where the run support hasn't always been there. But I absolutely believe that the pitching is only going to get better and better as this offense continues to put up some big runs. It's just natural that you relax and maybe don't press, and you don't have to have the big pitch and the big spot. You can kind of relax a little bit and just kind of throw your game and throw your stuff. And I see Brian on the comments here, YouTube Live, by the way. Go check it out there. Real Deal was on fire, 100%. 100% Real Deal was on fire. And what we thought about her going into this past weekend, my opinion's not changed. I feel real good about OU's 1-2 heading into the postseason. And Real Deal was fantastic, and Real Deal was good against a good hitting team. Again, we all remember the OU BYU series a few weeks back. BYU can hit. I mean, they can really, really hit. I don't know if they'll make the NCAA tournament or not, but that team can hit. And Kirsten Deal shut them down. So look, maybe I'm the only one. I don't think I am. But I feel really good about this team. And as I'm talking right now, Texas and Baylor are playing. I want Texas, and I want Texas bad. I want Texas. Now, in no way am I going to throw some horns up and say, hook them. I hope Texas wins in run roll fashion. I'm not going to outwardly root for Texas. I'm not some sort of a psycho or anything like that. But do I want Texas? Do I want Mike White on Saturday night to roll through the Big 12 tournament? You bet I do. And I bet you do as well. I want Texas, and I want to send a message to everyone in college softball. I want that message sent heading into the postseason. It don't matter if they're the number 1 overall seed or not. It don't matter. And maybe they're not. Maybe Texas has already locked up the number 1 overall spot. In fact, let them have it. Let this team going into the postseason with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. Let the 3-time defending champs go into the postseason where they're not the number 1 overall seed. Put them at 2, put them at 3, wherever you want. But I want to send a message tomorrow to Texas and the rest of the college softball world like, hey, we back. We back. And you might be good too, but to win a national championship, you're going to have to go through us, and you're going to have to go through our best performances to beat us. Because even during the bad this year, I've still said it, and I still believe it, the best version of this team will win another national championship. They will. And the version that we've seen over the course of the past 3 games, that's going to be a tough team to beat. And good luck someone trying to beat that team twice. Because I think it's going to be really difficult to do. I respect Texas. I think they're really good. I respect Tennessee. I think they're really good. The SEC they got a lot of good softball teams in it. UCLA's good. But that OU team, that offense is the way that it looks right now. OU is going to be the favorite in my mind to win another national championship. But hey, appreciate you hanging out with me on this Friday. The live comments, let's go. I love to see that as well. Appreciate that, Brian, for tuning in on this Friday. And we'll try to do it again Saturday nights. Hopefully, after OU is capturing another trophy. Your final Big 12 game ever. Well, I guess you could face a Big 12 team in the postseason. I don't know what the stipulations on that look like if you don't want to count that. But the final actual quote-unquote Big 12 game tomorrow night in the Big 12 championship. Let's roll out of this conference with a Big 12 championship trophy. Huh? How does that sound? Texas won the regular season. That's fine. That's great. Whatever. Let's go win the Big 12 tournament championship, and let's roll through Texas on their way there. They're not going to have that annoying air horn or whatever that was last time, a month ago, when these two teams played in Austin. I was waiting for it. I've been hoping for it. I was really hoping it was going to happen. I think it's happened, guys. I think this team's going to be a lot of fun to watch over the course of the next few weeks. And when the offense is like that, the pitching is going to be better. Defense is going to be better. The energy is going to be better. You can just feel it right now. I mean, this team is just on it. They found it. Patty's always talked about getting lost in the game. It just feels like this team has really had fun these past 2 days. Really had fun. And not just pressing, just loose, relaxed, having fun. They're getting those big hits that continue the inning. They're not just getting 1-2 runs. They're piling it on. That 8-run 4th inning today, that sent a statement. So I heard tickets are still available for Saturday night. If you can make it out there, I think it's going to be a party at Hall of Fame Stadium in Oklahoma City. All right, appreciate you guys as always. We'll talk to you tomorrow right here on the Diamond Envy Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler McComas.